Okay, this is just a quick video. I've had an issue with soft shackles, and the problem is soft shackles tend to be one size. So you've got your diamond knot in there, and you've got your loop here, and you put it through, and that is the circumference that you've got, and nothing else. That is it. You can probably make it a little bit smaller, but that's the size that you have. And this was becoming a bit of an issue, and I was making soft shackles of various sizes for different situations. So if I was going to the woods and I wanted something to go around a branch, I'd need a larger soft shackle, or for something being attached to my bag, it had to be not too big, because I didn't want a big dangly loop with a bottle banging around my backside. So I decided I needed a knot or a soft shackle that was adjustable, and I was playing around, and I was using a cow hitch, just basically, or a lark's head. Put it through, pull this tight, then just do a double overhand knot, and this works amazing. It really does. It's a fantastic little setup. I can adjust it to any size I want. I can just move it down, and it doesn't budge, and it can go around a branch, and it can do etc, etc. I got a bit big-headed about it, thinking, well, this is the solution now, I've actually solved it, and I hadn't, because this bugger is double-skinned 2-litre thermos flask, and I tried using the twisty method, which is you get the end and you twist it round, so eventually you've got this permanent twist always in it, and you put a diamond knot on this end and just pop it through. But I found after a period of time the twists would move up and the hole would become bigger and bigger, and it wasn't the fault of the knot, it was my laziness, I'll be honest, that I held the knot and the loop in the same hand getting out of my lorry, and it fell off. Consequently, it now has this lovely feature. It's a bit dinged up now, but it's a good flask, and if you're looking for a flask, I don't know what it's called, but I'd definitely recommend this one. But putting that aside, this thing is heavy, and that's when I realised I had an issue. When I was trying to do a lark's head, a cow hitch, or whatever you want to call it, trying to hold this bit whilst I picked the flask up. Oh, pig's ear of that bugger. Oh, real pig's ear of it. Right, so while I'm trying to pick this up, and there's some weight in there, and trying to thread it through something and do this was shrinking, and that was a problem. Not when it's on, that isn't the issue, trying to do this, and with my eyes, because I need reading glasses, once you get to about this size, I'm seeing 5 or 6 loops. I'm not seeing 2 loops anymore. So I thought this won't do, and lesson was learnt that when you think you've found the solution to something, nature usually proves you wrong. So what I came up with instead was to actually, if I feed the loop through something and tie a simple overhand knot like this, and throw the loop over the two ends, the ends, I'll wait a minute for the dog, you end up with a pile hitch. And the advantage of a pile hitch over this is, one, you've got this small bar, which basically means if you pull that, the whole thing will collapse. But I'll move it down a little bit so you can see what I'm referring to. This is not as easy as I thought it was going to be, because I'm in the lorry and I'm at work. I want to go around this bar. Now sometimes it might be a branch, it might be a post. In this case it's just a small rail. But I don't want to have I don't want a long loop where this is swinging around, and the sound of it is absolutely infuriating. what I want is a small loop to hold up here, but I don't want a series of small soft shackles hanging around. I mean, cordage is cheap, but it's cheaper if you can use the same piece of cordage over and over again. So I have roughly a good arm's length doubled over. Now if I feed it through, pull it up, I've got to move the bottle around. Pull it up. Now, you have to excuse my video editing, I am no blogger by any means. Do an overhand knot, and if I sit that on top, it takes the weight, and I've got my fingers free, there's no real weight on them, but now I've got the freedom to put the two ends through the loop, just pull it forward. Now I can adjust it to where I want it, and again I sit the knot on top and there's nothing there, there's no weight. Tie a double overhand knot, pull it down and just slide the knot to the front, and that is it. It for me, it's perfect. For you it might be, it might not be, I don't know. And to be perfectly honest, it's just one of the time consuming things, having to make it diamond head soft shackles, and even the overhand soft shackles. I've dropped that much stuff doing that. I've tried looping it over and over, and I've tried every which way possible, and some are good and some are not so good, but none of them suited me, and this is what suited me. And to undo it, as I said, you just reverse the process. It just slides up, take it off. Your little bar there, just keep hold of your weight or whatever's attached to it, pull it forward, and this comes off nice and clean. So then I can use this for 101 other things. I'm not just using this one piece of cord. I'll put it back here. I'm not using the one piece of cord just for a soft shackle. I can use this in my line of work. There's always cordage needed for something. If it's tying the roller doors down, if it's just tensioning my seatbelt back so it's not, I've got bursitis so it's not killing my shoulder. But I'm waffling now, so either way, that's the knot.